Hey, it's Bitty Penny. Welcome to my channel. I hope you guys are doing great today. We're going to do a little foiling today. Sorry I'm running late. It's already quite the day. And it's only 5:40 a.m. Let's see. All right. Plug in my laminator, which is what I will be using today, but I'm also going to use some other ways to foil because not everyone has a laminator, but that doesn't mean you can't foil. So, but this little baby needs to warm up. So that's what we're going to let it do. So I'm just using an Amazon Basics laminator. It has two settings, a 5mm and a 3mm. I think I usually laminate on the 5mm side. So while this is heating up, I am going to grab some things, and move this stuff out of the way, like so. And let's just see here. We will grab some double-sided tape. Y'all have all seen me use that before, though. There's nothing new there as far as with foiling. Also, I thought I had some Eileen's in here, but I don't see it. Oh, I really don't like this glue, but maybe it'll work for this. It's this, I don't think I liked it. It's still here, so I don't think so. Elmer's Craft Bond. Strong, wet tack, dries clear, remains flexible, no run formula. I don't remember what it was that I didn't like about it. It's probably perfectly fine. I was probably trying to use it for a, oh, I think I remember. Like, I think it's a fine glue. But I think I got it to try to replace Fabri-Tac and it couldn't. So it's fine. It's a fine glue. Most of the time with me, I think it's user error more than anything. Or when we have like a really specific use for something. So let me find you guys. There you are. Hi, Vicki. Hi, Stacy. Stacy, good to see you. First time seeing you. Hi, Linda. Good morning, Paula, Kay, and Esther. Good afternoon to you. Okay, so I am going to be using if we wanted to get real experimental, I mean, I had thought about this. I don't know that it's hot enough, but what if it is? It's just a flat iron for straightening your hair, but I'm curious because it's double plated and this one gets really, really hot. Like, I'm so curious if it could foil. So we may have to experiment. Let me grab my foil. Now, there's lots of ways that you can foil when you're using this toner foil. So there's two different kinds of foils. There's a toner foil and a hot foil. Hot foil is the one that's made to use with the metal plates, the hot foiling plates. And toner foil is meant to go with things like laser printed paper and things such as that. I wonder if this is laser printed. This is the Crafty Critta patterned paper. We might have to experiment with that as well. And then Crafty Critta also puts out this foil art packages. I have quite a few of them in my stash. They have a ton of them to choose from. I'd also like to foil today some of these sentiments. So let's just I want to do a whole bunch of things, so let's get started because I was late. This is a scrap piece of paper, so perfect to test. We will start by testing this. Hi, Miss Dana. Welcome, welcome. How are you with all the storms we had yesterday? Everything good in your neck of the woods? I hope so. So let's just test this and see. Does it foil? I don't know. Now, I'm no expert. I am like so far, just call me a beginner, okay? That's what's best. Consider me a beginner, but I'm going to keep working with it until I'm super comfortable. That's the plan. Yes, all okay. Yay. So glad to hear it. We were under a tornado watch most of yesterday, but honestly, and praise the Lord, it was just rain. We just had rain. This one's called Sparkle Gold. Oh my goodness, I love this foil. Okay, so foiling is like gel printing, where once you start, you kind of can't stop. So just know that's how it is. Once you get started with it, I don't know, I just don't want to stop. I just keep foiling and foiling and foiling. Okay, I want to see if this paper is lace printed, if it's foilable. My paper that I produce is somewhat foilable, but it's not 100%. So I actually don't market it that way because I know I don't like it when I buy things and they're marketed to do something and they don't do it. That doesn't make me happy. So I don't want to do that to anybody else. But they are somewhat foilable. Okay, here we go. I know this is warm, has the green light, it's ready. I'm using a plain sheet of paper. Everything we're gonna foil today, the biggest thing we're gonna foil are these 6x8 sheets. Otherwise, it's not going through. So it's all gonna be small and I'm just gonna use my carrier sheets. Now I'm gonna show y'all how to foil with glue. So if you don't have a machine, don't fret. Foiling is still possible. Hey, Miss Lindaville. Oh, and my page might stick together because I think it had glue on it. That was not foilable. I think I gotta say goodbye to this piece of paper. It got glued shut. Yeah, no, that is not a foilable sheet. Okay, good to know. That's why we experiment. So let me take this and show you something. You can foil with liquid glue. Eileen's is wonderful. Now this is not my original idea. I got this idea from Elizabeth St. Hilaire, and she did it with Eileen's and really recommended Eileen's. She had tried a couple of different glues and found that hers was really good, the Eileen's tacky glue. But I mean, I think a good thick layer of pretty much any PVA or white glue will work. So that's what we're gonna do. Like, this one's so random. So I just drew a little flower with glue. Now we have to set this to the side and let it dry. I don't know if it'll be dry by the time we're done here. But this will foil, I think. So let me hit it with a little bit of heat. I mean, what could it hurt, right? It'll be fine. I'm just gonna hit it with a little bit of heat to dry it. Get it started drying. Now, I will say that I think when Elizabeth tried this, she did mention something like heating it didn't give it the same results as letting it dry on its own. So I'm just going to give it a little bit of heat. But the idea is that you take your toner foil and you use your glue, your wet glue. You can draw shapes, you can draw anything on there you want. I think what would be cool and clever, she didn't do this in her video, but is to use stencils. Put glue through your stencils onto, so take a piece of foil. We'll try it. I'm just gonna leave this on here so it can kind of bake on the top of this because the surface is hot. So with this method, there's no reason why you can't take a piece of paper. She also didn't use patterned paper. She's not really a patterned paper kind of girly. She's a mixed media girly. But you could totally take a piece of patterned paper. I think you would want to be really careful with your glue in this use case because you don't want to glue the foil to the paper. But let's make a border around that little square. What I'm wanting to make today is some journal ephemera. So I'm just going to lay that right on top and let the foil make contact. So you definitely want to glue it down to where the back side of the foil is down and the pretty side is up. Okay. So this is a gold foil. So the silver part, which is I know is also pretty, but that is the back side of the foil. So that goes down on the paper, which has the four glue lines on it. Okay. And so I'm going to set both of these off to the side. I can't guarantee that they'll be ready to use by the time we're done here. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe. You never know. Okay, let's have some success in foiling. I want to foil this. This is one of the foil art sheets from Crafty Critta. And you get 8 sheets, and it's made just for this. Last weekend, I did a little bit of work on a new digital. It's mermaids, y'all. I'm just gonna tell you, it's mermaids. And I have a lot of digitals I need to work on. I have been so busy with work that I haven't been able to do that. But I'm just gonna have to use the weekends to get it done. But my weekends have been busy too. So anyways, I am gonna try to get my new digitals out. It's such a hobby, y'all. All of this is a hobby. Okay, so I have my gold and my printable sheet or foilable sheets, my printed foilable sheets. I have 2 pieces of copy paper because I don't know where my carrier sheet is, and we're going to use this. Hi, Miss Kim. Now, you want to be careful with this because believe me, I've messed it up. You usually want to have a fold, but we're just going to be real careful. I don't recommend it. I recommend you can use copy paper as a carrier sheet, but your item needs to be small enough that you can fold it and put it in the way we did the first sheet. We're just being rebels right now. I lost that first sheet that I sent through, but you want to fold it so it has an edge to put in. Living life on the wild side. Hi, Sala. Hey, Beth. Hi, Mercy's Pages. How you doing? You're in a mermaid swap coming up. Oh, cool, Stacy. Well, I need to try to get my digital out. I love mermaids. I've always wanted to be a mermaid. Dun, 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 dun. Success. Yay. So pretty. This will go perfectly in my mermaid journal and my mermaid makes. I did get a little bit of creasing here, but that's okay. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. And then there's this sheet. So don't throw this out because this makes a whole nother sheet when you have toner paper. So Crafty Critta also sells these full sheets of toner paper. Now, if you have a laser printer, you can print on a laser printer anything and foil it. And you could print like, you know, like I just recently got, I'm gonna use this green. I just recently got a laser printer myself, but it only prints in black. And so I could print black or grayscale and tone with, or foil with that. But a laser printer. I've always wanted one, but I didn't have one. And I finally broke down and bought one because I just decided they're never going to get any cheaper. And I found one for $69. And I thought it was worth it to give it a try. I'd always wanted one. But if you don't have one, don't fret. I never had one either for years and years and years. But laser prints will do it. You could also take a printable, if you had a printable, or you could, you know, hope this is going through. Yay, it's going through. Okay. You know, you can take your printable to like Office Depot, Home Depot. No, don't take it to Home Depot. They're going to look at you like you're crazy. Go to Office Depot, Office Max, or a local print shop could do it, and you could have them print whatever it is that you want on laser. And then you could foil with that, or you can buy the sheets, or you can use tape or glue. Also, Heidi Swap used to have an ink. I don't know that they still do. I didn't have a lot of success with it, but that could be me and not the glue. Hi, Miss Nikki Jane. Good to see you. And now we have a clean sheet. Now this part that didn't pull is right here. But I think that's because of the first time it was a little wonky. So that's a clean sheet. We used all of that foil, and now, because I had those toner sheets, I have 2 sheets foiled. Woohoo! Yay! Let's do another. I'm telling you, once you get going, once you start, it's hard to stop. I'm gonna roll out another sheet. And then we can move to tape and let's make some things. I wanted to make some journal ephemera with my foiled pieces. Now there's also patterned paper that has foiling. You can buy a Mink machine. Gina K has a machine. Lots of people have machines if you really got into it. Oh, the last thing I'm going to foil are these sentiments because I've been wanting to foil them. So Crafty Critta also has sentiments. This one's about hugs. This one all hugs. So let's take a look at this. You get 8 of these sheets. And I like these strips right here. You rock, and best wishes to you, sending warmest for you, you deserve. So let's use one of these. It looks like you get 2 of each. Uh-oh, mayday, mayday. My sheets didn't go through right. I thought I saw it going through, so everything was fine. This is why you don't want to do it like this, you guys. Our foiling may have come to an end. We may have been foiled in our foiling. I got to get a carrier sheet. Well, that's not good. Well, let's just turn it off. I'm going to turn it off, and I'm going to deal with this later. So this is the horror story of why you want to use your carrier sheets properly, because this can happen. And tearing this off isn't ideal. But let me look at it. I think it's still fine. It might be a little melted to it. I'm gonna let it cool down, and then I think I can pull it out. Now I'll tell you, as long as you put a fold in your carrier sheet, let me get one. The proper way to do this, if you're going to use copy paper, is to do something small enough that you could put this bend in it, and then you put the bend in, and that way it goes through and doesn't. And so the way we did it, where I put 2 sheets of paper together and crossed my fingers. So I will deal with this later. It looks like our foiling has come to an end with the machine today. Isn't this great? Can you open the sheet? No. No, it doesn't have any screw. Well, it has screws right there. I think I'll be able, the thing is you don't want to start a fire, right? You're dealing with a very hot machine and paper. So I'm gonna let it cool down, and then I'm gonna keep tugging on it and turn it on and off and on and off and see what we can do. I might work, because there's a release button here, I might, you know, do a little bit of a release and back and forth. I just don't want it to get too hot while I work on getting it out. The paper is not melted to it, so that's good. It's just crinkled up in there. Isn't this fun? Oh, Michelle, no worries. Look. Okay, so that one's done. We'll have to do the sentiments another time. It's good that y'all get to see what can happen, what can go wrong. Well, let me show you. Okay, we successfully did 2 sheets. With a carrier sheet, I could have foiled all day long, but I'm going to save these for my mermaid journals, so we're not going to use those today. I have we're going to have to use some tape. So I have some double-sided tape. I wish I had the really thin double-sided tape, the one I never use, which is the 1/4 inch. But I don't, for some reason, sorry, I don't mind my reach. I don't see it in here. I may have taken it. Oh no, there it is. Cool. This poor guy's seen better days. I never use this. It's just so thin, but I think it'll actually be perfect for foiling ephemera. So let's use it today. I'm going to be really happy I have it today. I like this one. Balance is not something you find, it's something you create. So this is just a printable. And double-sided tape. And then we're going to get our foil. I'm going to use this leftover bit here. And then when I cut this out, I'll cut off that part that made it across the line. And like, I didn't quite make it there, but that's the cool thing about when you're using tape. You just tear off another piece and fill in any gap. There we go. There we go. So just, I mean, that right there already automatically elevates your printables, your little cut aparts, you know, just using double-sided tape, which most people, most crafters have that. Let me turn on this other light. There we go. Now we can get the rainbow gold effect. It's crooked. That's okay. That's okay. We can outline one of them. When you have a passion for something, then you tend not to only be better at it, but you work harder at it too. That's right, Vera Wang. That is right. So I'm going to put my tape around the edge. This is going to cover that black edge that was there, but that's okay. Kind of hard to keep up with where the end is. Just put these down here. Got a couple of small pieces. That's what's so cool about this is we can just use these small pieces, kind of piece them together. Okay. Go ahead and release that paper. Tack this one onto it. There we go. Okay. So let's now foil this one. Hi, Scott. Scott. I may be the worst foiler ever. I got my paper stuck in my laminator machine today because I was being a rebel. I knew I was not doing it right, but I was doing it anyways. I've lost my carrier sheet and I need to come over and order another one. And it says being a rebel, and was using 2 sheets of copy-weight paper, not folded in the middle, just running them through. But luckily there was no fire. So now I'll have to spend some time getting that off. So now we're foiling with double-sided tape. It was a little chompy right there. I think I need to put another piece of tape. Yeah, there's no tape right there. There we go. So now we've resorted to tape. I get to show everyone what not to do and why not to do it. See, a lot of people would just explain it, but I have the opportunity to demonstrate. Yeah, I'm going to cut this part off anyways, but I'm just going to add foil there because I'm just using up the sheet. Okay. The rest of that's going in the garbage. Good night, Diane. Been a big day. Time for bed. Oh, I get it. Oh my gosh. I worked 11 hours straight yesterday without a break. It was rough. It was a rough one. I understand. Get some good rest. Sweet dreams. Okay. Foiling. Yay. This is cool. Let's get some different ones. So we just put some foil on our little printables here. I need more ephemera for my journals. I have like 4 journals that we've made recently. And I need more ephemera to stick into them. Because if you're in, well, I know not everyone's like me, but like I tend to create a lot of pockets, but then I don't have a lot of ephemera to put into the pockets. So let's use this. I never did think of this person's name, Johanna. I never thought of her name of her channel the other day. I don't know if y'all did. Her name's Johanna. She has a huge channel. I mean, I think she has probably like 300,000 subscribers. A junk journaling channel. I just cannot think of her channel's name. It's been so long. Is she Australian, New Zealand? No, I don't know where she's from. Hi, Angie. Good to see you. We've all had crashes. Yeah, I just tend to have them a little more frequently. Oh my gosh. I know better. I just don't do better. Terrible. Terrible example. How did they let this lady on the internet? I don't know. I really don't. I'm going to use blue foil for this. So the foil comes in all different colors, you guys. And I think yellow and blue are just really lovely together. So let's do some yellow. And now I know so far all I'm doing is just kind of adding lines, and that might not be that interesting. But we'll go through this stack. I have a random stack of printables here. We'll find some different ways. I keep checking on the glue method that we tried earlier, and the glue's still wet. I think it takes overnight, to be honest. So when I come back here on, I think my next live is on Saturday, I will save those pieces and we'll look at them and see what happened. And just so y'all know, foiling really is easy. I just make it difficult by not following the rules. Okay, let me get my baby blue foil. I have a baby blue and a soft pink. This one's really pretty. Look at that. It's just really lovely. It doesn't have the same kind of like holographic sparkle effect. See the difference? It's more of like it has the metallic sheen to it. I think this is going to be really pretty with this yellow. So this is just like a really easy way to kind of fancy up your printables and your digital. Oh geez, don't do that. Let me just cut a strip of this off. Easier to work with. There we go. Thanks, Angie. Oh, Angie, I didn't try the hair straightener. Oh my gosh. Thank you for reminding me. I have it off to the side. Yes. Let's also try to foil with that. I've never seen anyone do it, which means it probably doesn't work. But you know, we can try. At least the paper can't get stuck in it. We don't have to worry about the rollers. So that's cool. Okay. Now, look, I need to clean it up. But that's the cool thing about tape is that you can kind of clean it up. So like in a couple of places, it's missing. That's okay. We can fix that. Angie, we're going to try the straightener next. Thanks for reminding me. Are Scott and Michelle already warning me not to do it? Don't do it. Bad idea. It seemed like a good idea. Okay. I mean, the things get like 400 degrees or something. They don't joke around with these hair straighteners these days. They get super hot. This will be interesting. Heat and pressure, exactly. And it heats on both sides. I mean, why not? We'll give it a try. Let me just clean up my corners real quick with foil. So I just put a little bit of tape on the places that didn't meet. And now I'm going to go back with my little foil strip and make them all connect. And you'll never know. I mean, it's not perfect, but they connect now. So yeah, just a fun way to add a little something, a little pizzazz to your printables. Okay, let's try. I'm not going to do a huge sheet. Let's do one of the sentiments. Now I'm going to try a sentiment that is smaller, because the thing that you'll have to think about with the hair straightener is that, you know, your plates aren't that big. So I don't know if it'll work. Like if you're trying to do a big piece, I would imagine it probably wouldn't work. But if you just have like the sentiments or something, I think it might work. All right, so I'm just gonna do the sentiments. And remember the pretty side up. So that's gonna go down. That's about the size of the iron plates. Let's move some of this stuff out of the way. Then we'll come back, we'll pick some more ephemera and see what else we can do. Okay. So I have to plug her in, but the good thing is these heat up quickly. Okay. And my laminator is unplugged. I can't have two fire hazards plugged in at the same time. Okay. Let's turn this baby on. Give it I'm going to let it get good and hot, you guys. So let me just put that right there. We're going to still need a carrier sheet because we don't want to just like melt this to the plates. But see how wide the plates are? Like, I think that's just kind of perfect. So we'll need a little carrier sheet for these. Piece of 20 weight copy paper. Let's see, I don't know really where to put it. Just put it right over here. I'm going to take a pencil and kind of mark where it's at. So I'm going to hold it up to the light here. This is probably, I mean, this is definitely more complicated than just using a laminator, but hey, we're just experimenting. Okay, let's look through the ephemera while that's heating up. See if there's anything else we can do. Like these cards would be cute with a little bit of lamination on them. We can use a glue pen, a two-way glue pen is another way. The Blue brand. Oh, what is the Blue brand's name? I can't remember. I'm pretty sure I have one. The problem is I don't know where it is. But this would probably be another instance. Let's just use a thin layer of my PVA. And now I'm using the one with the metal top because I get less glue out than with the plastic top where I get a lot more glue out. So let's just maybe just use a thin bit of glue so it dries quickly. And we've got these flowers here. Oof, probably don't want to move that around like I did. Let's do the same thing over here. Oh, the iron's hot. I'm just gonna scribble with my glue inside of that kind of scribbly part. Lay that down. Set that to the side. All right, this is definitely hot. I think I can see the steam coming off of it. Let's see. Will she succeed? Nobody knows, not even her. Oh, it's hot. It's hotter than hot. It's hotter than hot, y'all. Ta 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 ta. Success. Awesome. It worked. Let's put this on a toner piece because that'll be really pretty on a toner piece too. A sheet of toner paper. I really like this green, but I think I'm gonna do red. I think it'll show up better with contrast with red. So I'm gonna cut out a piece of this. If you're placing an order, I would say get plenty of toner sheets. Because if you're anything like me, I just don't want to throw all this foil away. And so it's great to have the toner sheets. So now I know to put that back where I had those lines before. Perfect. Let's foil. I mean, this thing is so blazing hot. Whew, it's like too hot to touch, y'all. But now all of this should be in foil except for our sentiment. Oh, it's over foiling. So that was not a success. However, we can use a sentiment of it. But yeah, that's just, the thing is with something like this is I don't know what the heat is. You're not controlling the heat. Whereas like if you use a laminator or an actual laminating or foiling machine, then, you know, come on, you know I have to try this, right? Then you have a set heat, and so you're not over foiling. It's not very much of a problem. There was just a little bit of glue on those. I think it might have smashed this one up too much though. Well, no, it's not bad. I think you could go back in and, I mean, it kind of flattened it out because I used the heat and mashed it down. I think you can make it work. Let's add a little more. Now, I'm being very sparing. I'm going to hold it up to the camera so you can see. Just catch those little pieces there. Rebel foiling. Right, with the glue, no heat is required. Correct. I'm being impatient, and so I wanted to just see, like, hey, I wonder. But yes, that is correct, everyone. You don't have to have both. I just like to see how many different ways I can mess something up. Okay, this is probably already dry because I put very little glue on it. All right. Just using it as a way to expedite the process. Yeah, just add a little something something. This is really stuck. Ooh, I like it. Okay, just the tiniest dabs of glue. tiniest little dabs of glue, and we take these and make them even more fabulous. Let's do some more. I like that. I like that one especially. I like this one too. I just might use some more coloring on it. All right, let's use it up here. I'm gonna add it just to the center of this flower. And especially because we're mashing it down while it's still wet, it's gonna spread out. So just a little glue as you can get out of your bottle is all you need. There we go. Get that little flower center there. That part. This thing is so hot. This heat flat iron. That pulled up. That wasn't quite dry. Okay. I feel like after this one we transition. Wow, but that's cool. I like it. I like just the little bit of sparkle and the little bit of detail that it adds to those real dainty printables. I want to get that center done again. Just put it down here. There we go. Good morning, Crystal. Hey, Flo. I wish I could give you a call. All the salad today. Oh, Angie, sorry for your loss. Yeah, I love a fruit salad and a green salad. Heating it. I'm gonna let it cool down a little bit. I'm gonna heat it again. Hot. Very, 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 very hot. I'd say this is the best use if you're going to try to foil with a heat iron with a straightener. Just do little bits. Just little bits here, little bits there. Oh my gosh, but look how cute that is with the center of the flower done now too. Like, these are, I love these. I love just the little pops of gold. Okay. I'm going to do this one. This looks like yarrow right here. Is it yarrow? No, it's tansy. Kind of looks like yarrow. And I mean, if you have something as dainty as this, I mean, these drawings are extremely dainty and beautiful. You want the smallest dot of glue you can possibly get. Because you're mashing it down. Okay. Let's get our tansy foiled. Cool it off a little bit. Yeah, Flo is Andrea. Foiling machines like the Mink and Your Best Mate run between 250 degrees Fahrenheit and 240. Yeah. I bet this one's like 400, Scott. I mean, it's like blazing hot. So it will cause the overfoiling, which is what I got on those sentiments. But man, for something like this, it's kind of perfect, especially if you want to move quickly and you're just wanting to add like a dab and you're just using glue. Man, it's kind of perfect. So I'm going to do the leaves on this plant. And maybe the center. Okay. And Scott or Michelle can better explain overfoiling to you than I can. What it means, how it happens, all that kind of stuff. I just know it when I see it. I mean, with that one sentiment strip with the toner sheet, it's just like, it's just way too hot. That was obvious to me. That was just too hot. I don't know if it's caused from hot spots or if it's, I don't know what it is. That's why they're going to have to explain it to you. I don't know technically what makes it happen. I just know what it looks like. That is a hot piece of paper. I had to put my fan on it. Fan myself. Oh, looks like we had a little petal floating off into the air. The pollen is happening. I love this, you guys. I'll move on. Oh, wait. I want to do the cornflower and then I'll move on. I promise. But I could do this whole sheet. It's really quite satisfying and fun. And I'm really liking the results. I think cornflowers are blue. But in this instance, they're going to be gold. Well, I have blue. I have blue. I don't think I can use this piece. No. Let's get out a new piece of blue. This is the baby blue. And it's definitely kind of like cornflower blue. Kind of nice thing about the flat iron too is that you've got some reach with it. So my cornflower is right here in the paper, but I'm not worried about it because I could go almost all the way up on the paper. There we go. It'll be so hot I can't touch it. Yeah, for the intricate details. Me too, Michelle. And the hot iron, you guys, is just giving me instant gratification. But you can just put the glue down and the foil down and then leave it and let it dry. But if you're impatient like me, look at the blue cornflower. Then you can use the flat iron. We're going to add a little yellow, a little gold, because I can. And then this piece of gold is probably done. This piece of gold foil. It's had a lot of dots taken out of it. Okay. You know, the cool thing about having an amateur play with something like me and test something is that I'm not going to get caught up in, I don't know. I'm willing to experiment because I don't know any better. I mean, I know better sometimes and I don't do better. That's also why it's good. Okay, this one I got a little too much glue. So I think if you get too much glue on these kinds of things, which I did, you're just gonna get a flat circle, right? Whereas this one, I didn't get too much glue and I got a little more of the shape that I was going for. But either way, I like it and it's fine. But you do want to be mindful of that. Like over here with these chamomile pieces, I used too much glue, so I kind of got like flat pieces, where over here I used a lot less and it was more effective. Try and turn it so y'all can see it. But yeah, so fun. Okay, we're moving on from the flowers. Let's find one more thing to do. The glue, okay, so at the very beginning we did the glue, the wet glue. It will have to dry for 24 hours. But where you like draw shapes onto the foil. And when this is done, obviously this piece here is going to be the part that'll peel off the foil and we'll be good to go. Now, let's just see if we can expedite this one though. This one's on paper. That other one is not. I wonder if we can. This is on some Crafty Critta. Ooh, got a hot pocket. Little cute little hot pocket. All right, let's see how this goes. Yeah, you have to let it dry longer. But that's on some of their patterned paper. It would have been solid if I had let it dry the whole time, but I see the wet glue, I pulled it off. Because we're just playing here. We're not taking any of this too seriously. Okay. Now let's find another piece of ephemera and then let's cut these out. Let's do some more intricate foiling. These have some intricate pieces. Let me find another. Ooh, okay, sure. Those ladies just kind of popped right out at me. Let's use them. I don't know where this is from. I'm so sorry. And this is on thin paper. I'm just grabbing this from my randoms. I have a stack of random printables and I'm pulling from there. Okay, so we're going to use our glue and I'm using this fine metal tip. I want as little glue as possible for some of these detailed pieces. Okay, who are we going to start with? Let's start with this lady. Let's put some gold details in her scarf. We're going to make it very beautiful. I need another piece of gold. Okay. All right. These little pieces, they need to go over there. All right. Let's do this. I was very sparingly using the glue, so it shouldn't take much to dry it. Hey, Dawn. It's still not dry, though. Dawn, I got my paper stuck in my laminator, not doing things correctly. But then now we've moved on to foiling with a flat iron. There we go. There we go. And we're adding like intricate details to printables with a flat iron. In case you're wondering what is she doing? What is she? Having fun. Fun with foil. Experimenting. Okay. Let's put that piece there. Let's put this piece right up here. Okay. Teeny tiny little details. We'll make a card with this. Do we have time? Ooh, this has to be our last one, you guys. If I'm going to make anything. Okay, I'm going to unplug the hair straightener. Thanks to my friend Dreama for sending me this, by the way. That was so sweet. Okay, I gotta put this off to the side, and I'm in a paper craft room, so I've got to be careful. Put it on the potentially dead laminator. Hi, Reagan. Good morning. Let it dry. Let it dry. Don't pull it off. Don't pull it off. We're going to pull it off. There we go. Gosh, this would be so cool in like butterfly wings and, you know, all different kinds of images. Let's make a boho card just real quick, like, because I have to make something just to make myself happy. All right, so plenty of experimenting today. That was a lot of fun. I was not planning on that to go that way. I mean, I wanted to show y'all, if you didn't have a laminator, if you didn't have a foiling machine, the different things you could do. Although I wasn't planning on getting my stuff stuck in my foiling machine. You're 1 in a million. You're wonderful. These are the sentiments that we foiled. Let's do the one. You're 1 in a million. We can add that to our card. We're going to make just a card real quick, like. If you tuned in and you're like, this is not what I signed up for, sorry. But we did also foil with tape today. So we foiled some quotes and things, and then this is just like a little piece of ephemera. So I have 3 pieces of ephemera there, and then I have all the flowers that we did. I can cut those apart and put those in a journal. So I actually did foil a lot of ephemera. And then successfully, we could have foiled all day long with a carrier sheet, the full sheets of the foil art pages. This particular one with those patterns, oh wait, we only got this one done, is product code T0160. I think it's called Christmas Faith. Oh, really? Okay. So I'm going to ink blend around this. Just a little. Because this is all like sepia and vintage looking. Just knock out a little bit of that white. And now it really looks like it goes with it. Hi, Shelly. Hey, Bertha. How you doing? Good to see y'all. Glad you're here. Hey, Cordelia. Gosh, everybody's in the house. Hi, Tina. Good to see all of y'all. I never did find my bone folder the other day. Don't know where she went. She's off having an adventure in the craft room. No bone folder, no problem. You can use the handle of your scissors. These are just a little bit like rubberized, so. God, that side of paper just doesn't look pretty. Let's use this one. All right, let's do this because then I gotta go. Usually I'm sitting here crafting with y'all and secretly thinking and plotting about what I'm gonna make my daughter for lunch, and I haven't been doing that today. So that's interesting. This piece of ephemera has a bunch of like, it looks like a bunch of layers of paper. So I'm gonna take inspiration from that, and I'm gonna put a bunch of layers of paper in here behind it. I got this scrap right here. I keep it kind of neutral because I really want her to kind of stick out and shine. She's 1 in a million. And I think we're going to keep it just as simple as that, you guys. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put glue right here. And now that's going to hold all 3 pieces together so I can just glue them down. Keep everything in place. Oh, nice. Aww. Hope y'all had a good dinner. I'm glad Michelle's back home. I hope things continue to just, you know, get better and better. Okay, I'm going to put this here, kind of more in the center because I had it kind of positioned upward before. But because I'm going to put the sentiment inside of here, then I can have it more centered. And that's it. Super simple. Just using scraps. And then we've got that magical foiling. Look, doesn't it look like, you know, the like belly dancers have those like coin skirts? That's kind of what her scarf reminds me of now. And then there's foiling down here and these bits too. Hey Vaz, is it time? My dog has come to get me and let me know it's time to go, Mom. I'm gonna ink blend around the edges though, real quick, like, because I think I'll like it even more if I do that. A little more contrast. All right, you guys, I will be live with you again on Saturday. I don't know what we'll be making. I knew today we would be foiling. I didn't know we'd have a calamity, but We should have expected it. And I got to show you why everyone says you can't do what I was doing and it doesn't work, because it's not the way to do it. There. Just so fast, so easy. A couple of scraps of paper. Got the foil on it, which really, honestly, without the foil, this card I think would be a little boring, but with the foil, it makes it special. That's just how I feel. Like, it adds that special touch to an otherwise pretty monotone card. And she's still, it really does bring your attention to her. That's it, you guys. That's what I have today. I hope you enjoyed it. It was definitely an adventure in foiling. Some successes, some failures, and some new discoveries. I now know that for little details, I want to foil little details on my printables, I'm going to grab my flat iron, which that was just a hair flat iron, you guys. You might have one in your bathroom. You may have one in your wash closet, lavatory, bathroom, whatever you call it. But yeah, so cool for those little intricate details. So cool. I'm excited to put these in the journals. You guys are wonderful. You're all wonderful. I love you guys so much. Have a super awesome day. I will see you on Saturday. Okay, bye everyone.